What's up, guys? This is David Lugo. We're going to touch into the Packers win on the Texans today. Andrew is not here today, so I'll be running things up by myself today. So let's get into it. Packers beat the Texans 24-22, hands down. What a wonderful game this was. If you like football, this was a good game to watch. Got to give credit to the Texans. They came out and played the Packers very well. But I do want to, I think this actually shows how great the Packers really are. I think we were -3 on turnovers ratio. I don't think the Texans turned the ball over today, but our defense still held them very good throughout the game. But I think we had a turnover ratio of -3 today, and we still got the victory. Man, I want to touch on I'm going to touch on all phases of the game: defense, special teams, and the offense. There are a little bit of things that concern me on the special teams that we'll get into, but the special teams did a lot of great things today as well. Dad says we finally got a kicker. Yeah, man. What a call to bring in McManus during this time. I'm glad the Packers made the move. Like I said, I like Narvison, but I can't defend the guy too much. It was time to make a move, and McManus proves to be the right move right now. Special teams was sloppy today. I agree. They didn't look good. I think on that turnover during special teams, Nixon has to fair catch that. And then the one that Reed caught in the end zone and got tripped up around the 4-yard line, Reed has to let that go in the end zone. It kind of seems like on special teams, the Packers don't really know what they're doing. And the only reason why I say that is because you see Reed back there at times, and then you see Nixon. It's like they don't know who to put back there. I honestly don't think they should be mixing it up. I think like if you know who is your go-to guy on returner, he should be playing them. And right now they're switching it up, and I don't know if I agree with that. Someone says, "Are you scared to play the Lions?" No, not really. I think we match up very good against the Lions. However, I do think the Lions are a very good team. They are a very good team. I think they are possibly playing the best football in the NFL right now. But I do like the way the Packers match against the Lions. So as far as scared, I think that's an overstatement. But definitely would be a good game to watch. Let's see. Agreed. Matt LaFleur has to use timeouts better. I'm not sure if you're talking about at the end of the game, but I think they control the clock very good. They moved into the territory, and they left 3 seconds on the clock, and McManus kicks it. Doesn't give the Texans any time. I don't think it was bad. Let's see. If we can beat the Lions, we go into the bowl. Honestly, I think we go into the bowl if Love just learns how to not turn the ball over. Just take what the defense gives you. Don't turn the ball over, and this defense will ride us to the bowl. If Love can just protect the ball and just take what the defense gives them, put up 20-plus points a game, our defense for the most part is going to give up less than 20 points. I know they gave up 22, but I think they gave up 10 points when the Texans started the possession at our own 11. They only really needed 11 yards, and I think they got a field goal on one of them and a touchdown. So if you take away those 10 points, it's probably 24-12. So defense is looking good, man. And if Love can just protect the ball, yeah, we're going to be very hard to beat. Let's see what else we got in here. As a Lion fan, good game on the comeback, y'all. Same for the Lions. They took down the Minnesota Vikings. Like I said, I said this earlier about like 2 minutes ago. Lions are looking very good. Love has to stop forcing into those really tight windows. Yes, I agree. That is my number one thing I say on Love. Even if you look on the game-winning drive, that very first play almost ended in an interception. And I was like, come on, Love, settle down. Like, you have so much time on the clock. Like, I honestly think that first play of that drive, game-winning drive, I don't think that ball needed to be thrown. I think it was you had a guy underneath Dobbs and a guy over Dobbs. It's too risky of a throw. He didn't need to make it. Luckily, Texans didn't intercept it. And then we go down, and Brandon McManus does his thing. Let's see what else we got in here. And I don't know about that. Okay, not really going to get into fantasy on this live, guys. Sorry. Let's see. How do you feel about the Detroit Lions winning against the Vikings? Like I said, I think the Detroit Lions are a very good team. And I think the Vikings, I'm not saying that they're going to get exposed, but as far as like the Vikings riding out the way they're like riding out hot the rest of the season, that's kind of hard to believe in. I mean, I'm not 100% on board the Sam Darnold train. I think it will eventually slow down. I think the Vikings will eventually slow down, but I do think the Vikings defense will keep them in it. It's just that if you ask me if the Vikings can hold it for all year long, my answer is probably not. Texans should have won. I think it just shows you how great of a team the Packers are. If the Texans should have won, coaching was poor. Actually, if you're talking about the Texans coaching was poor, I think their defense did very good against the Packers offense. Very good. Y'all were winning the turnover ratio all game long. I think y'all were +3 in the turnover ratio. I just think y'all left too much time on the clock at the end. But the Packers shut down Stroud all game long. So to say the Texans should have won, dude, Stroud didn't do anything all game long. So I don't know how you think the Texans should have won when Stroud only had like 86 yards passing. There's no way in hell you guys should have won. I mean, but like you were in it, and I think it could have gone either way. I still think the Texans are a very good team. And I think you guys just got to move on. Lions on top. Yeah, I think they're in first place now. They make hate us because they make ain't us. Hey, that's probably the best quote I've heard all day so far, man. The Vikings' upcoming schedule is easy. Vikings also get back TJ Hawkinson next week. Well, let's see. Let's see. It's a long season, man. We'll see. Lions probably take the division. Not without a fight. And I think that's another one. Hey, let's see. Let's see how this rides out, man. Brandon McGoat. Yeah, that's how every Packers fan is feeling right now for sure. Let's see. Love greater than Stroud. In this game, yeah. And I think Love can be greater than anyone if he just protects the ball, to be honest. That guy has so much potential. I think ever since he signed the contract, he might be trying to do a little too much. I think he just needs to take what the defense is giving him. He doesn't really need to do too much. But yeah, I think Love has a lot of potential. Trying to bring up a guest. I'm not sure if they're longer on here. I want to touch into the game a little bit. I'll address the comments a little bit longer. All right, let's see. I guess that person's not in here anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of them. Let's see. Mixon was carrying. Only thing is Packers got a better on the run D. Not sure what you mean by that. Sorry, if you could just rewrite that comment. Detroit won the first battle. All right. Hey, Courtney. For some reason, it's not letting you connect. I'm gonna drop you. I'll try to come back on one more time. See how that goes. Let's see. Try to come back up, Courtney, because I'm not sure if it's allowing you to come up or the connection. All right, let's say, Courtney, thank you for the follow. Truly appreciate that. I'm trying to get you up here, but for some reason, it doesn't want to connect. If you don't do too much, you'll be Stroud, who got spanked by the Vikings and only put up 7 points. Actually, no. I think we have Jacobs at running back. I think I don't think Love needs to do too much. You have a good running back. You have a good defense. I just think Love needs to protect the ball. The opportunities will come. He will have his 3 touchdown games, 2 touchdown games. The opportunities will come throughout the game. He just doesn't need to try. I mean, you don't need to force anything. You have a good defense. You have a kicker now. You have a good running back. No need to do too much. That's how you get in trouble. A healthy Texas team, y'all lose that game. That's so easy to say. That's so easy to say. That's so easy to say that I can't even say that's necessarily true. Come on, guys. Let's not use excuses. The Texans had a good game plan. They had a good game plan. They just couldn't finish. I think that's what it comes down to. And honestly, the Packers made adjustments. I think the Texans made adjustments too. I think it was a fight till the end, and there had to be one winner. But as far as to say, oh, it's a guaranteed win if y'all are healthy, come on. Every time we do punt return, I'm stressed. Yeah, I wanted to get into the special teams coordinator because we shouldn't be looking that bad on special teams. Needs to fix that interception problem, low key. Yeah, I said that earlier too. He has eight interceptions this year already, and he already. Yeah, hold on, Courtney. He has eight interceptions already, and he already missed 2 games this season. So, but yeah, let's get into the guest. What's up, Courtney?
How you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing good. What's up?
Y'all kicked our butt.
Oh,
and honest to God truth, I am a diehard Texan fan.
Yeah.
I'm upset because our O-line suck. They could not protect CJ. They couldn't. Even with y'all giving us the interceptions and giving us everything, we could not. We were just 3 and out. So we could not protect our quarterback. And then I feel like we should have did a field goal instead of trying to do that 2-point conversion.
Hold on.
Our defense sucked today. They wanted to play at the end of the game, and they were all secondary. The only one we had was Alexander. Everybody else was hurt, but I ain't trying to make no excuses. Y'all got that W. My feelings is hurt right now because I just know we were finna whoop y'all highs. I swear we were, man. But good game. Y'all won't do it again.
Well, I don't know. They're saying that's a little Super Bowl preview. I think maybe it was a very good game to watch. Even if you don't like the Packers or the Texans, it's still a good game to watch if you're an NFL fan. But yeah, I honestly did not think Stroud would have a good game. I think our defense is very good. I knew our defensive coordinator was going to have a good game plan against Stroud. I did think Stroud was going to do a little bit better though. But yeah, he didn't do anything.
He didn't have an O-line. We just kept letting him get sacked. He had to throw the ball away. Our offensive line did not protect him, even though I know they could. They didn't.
Yeah.
They just kept. So it looked like he just had to throw it away. He couldn't look, and he kept giving it to Mixon. As good as Mixon is, he couldn't get any. He couldn't get any yardage.
Yeah. Well, Nixon had 115 yards on the ground.
Yeah, he did. He had more yardage than the whole team, but I've seen better out of Mixon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he had 2 touchdowns. He averaged 4.6 yards a carry. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like the O-line for the Texans, I mean, yeah, against the pass, they did terrible. Against the run, though, Nixon had some good runs. And I think as a Texans fan, if I was a Texans fan, I'd be a little upset that you guys didn't run the ball more. Because that is the one spot where y'all were eating up the Packers. But it looked like after halftime, it looked like the Packers made an adjustment, and y'all's runs weren't.
They kept trying to give it to Mixon, which y'all had figured out already. We could have gave it to somebody else.
Yeah, I mean, but at the end of the day, it's kind of tough, right? Because like Stroud didn't have any time, like you said. So what are you supposed to do at that point? I mean, we figure out Mixon. And then Stroud's not having time. So I think at that point, you kind of just got to give a little bit of credit to the Packers D. But I'll say this. I think the Texans are a very good team. I mean, I think this is a tough loss for you guys. Like, I'll be honest, like it's a tough loss for you guys. But y'all are a good team. That AFC South has no one. I don't think y'all have any competition in that AFC South. I think you guys will be fine. And if we see each other later on, great. If not, then it was fun this week. But all right, let's address some of these comments. Good game, bro. I'm a Houston Texans fan. Yeah, it was a good game for sure. No doubt. No O-line and no Nico. If we had that, it would have been a blowout. Just like I told the other person, making up excuses for people not being in there. It's an NFL. It's a next man up. I mean, let's not make excuses. Next man up, man. Vikes and Lions still the best in the division. I think that's highly debatable. I don't think anyone thinks the Vikes are the best in that division. Record-wise, maybe, but it's a long season, and I think the Packers have proven to people in the past that they have the endurance in a long season. I don't think the Vikes have ever proven that, and the Lions are just barely getting good. So we'll see if they can keep it up. But the Lions are a very good team, and the Vikings have a very good defense. Defense kept us in it. Offense was passable against a good defense, and we fight on. Go Pack, go! Yeah, I mean honestly, watching this game, it's very frustrating that Love was not moving the ball. But I mean, we gotta give props to that Texans defense. That's a good defense, man. And they had a good plan, even though they had a lot of people out. They had a very good plan today. And but I think it just tells you how great the Packers are, man. To -3 on the turnover ratio, and you still go in and come out with the victory. Hell yeah, bro. Hardest schedule and one loss. Okay. All right. Let's see what else we got in here. Mario says hi. What's up, bro? That's not how you spell Steelers. Okay. All right, guys. So I want to jump into some things. I'm also accepting guests too. So if you want to come up, go ahead and request. I'm gonna jump into the game a little bit, guys, and then I'll come back to the comments. So I want to touch on the defense, man. Our defense did very good. We gave up 10 points when the Texans started their drive on our own 11. So they really only needed 11 yards to score. And I think on one of those possessions, they got a touchdown. The other one, they got a field goal. If you take away those 10 points, it's 24-12. So our defense played absolutely crazy out there. They gave Stroud no time to throw the ball. I think Stroud went 10 for 21 for 86 yards. That's under 50% completion percentage, and he threw for under 100 yards. He threw under 90 yards. Like, how are you not happy with that defensive performance? Got to give my flowers to Jeff Hafley, our defensive coordinator. He came in with the plan. He mixed it up. He got creative. The Texans had no idea what to do with it. Now, I will say this, though. Joe Mixon did tear up our defense today. He had 25 carries for 115 yards, 4.6 yards, and then 2 touchdowns. I think the Texans should have ran the ball more, if I'm being honest. But, again, give credit to Jeff Hafley. He made adjustments, and he shut down Mixon. Towards the end of the game, Mixon had some good runs, but after the first half, Hafley made adjustments. And I love this defense. I love this coordinator. And we're going to be a tough team to beat if Love does not turn the ball over. And we'll get into the offense here in a little bit. But I just want to give a little bit more flowers to the defense. I think we had 4 sacks today. 4 sacks today. Very good. We had no turnovers. I think this is the only game where we didn't turn the ball over, yet we still won, which is crazy against a very good Texans team. Yeah, 2 sacks. All right, now let's see if I want to say anything else about the defense. I definitely wanted to touch on special teams. I don't know. I think. Okay. Well, defensively, I want to touch on penalties. We had a few offsides calls, especially on that last drive that the Texans had on 3rd and 5. You know, penalties almost cost us the game, but like I said, good teams find a way to win. But yeah, we definitely got to clean up those penalties on defense. Can't be giving them extra 5 yards and things like that. But I'll touch on the offense now. Josh Jacobs, 12 carries, 76 yards, 6.3 average. I would like to see Josh Jacobs get more than 12 carries, but he still had 6.3 in average. And I think he went out for a little bit too, I think in the second quarter. I'm not sure if he was hurt. I got to look into that, but he came back. He looked good. So Jordan Love, 24 for 33, 220 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Of course, the only thing that looks bad on that is the 2 interceptions. That first interception, I think he forced it in. It's one of those, like, I don't know if he saw that defender coming in. I honestly don't think he saw him. And then on the second interception, oh, man, that was just a bad throw. He had all the time in the world, and he just overshoots Watson. Like, I'm like, dude, that can't happen, man. Like, we got to protect the ball more. Luckily, our defense played good today, man. Our defense played good today. Didn't let Stroud and the Texans score on those turnovers. Or actually, they did score on the turnovers. I think the Texans had 16 points off turnovers, and we had 0, of course, because we didn't have turnovers. So think about that. If we don't turn the ball over, that takes away 16 points off the Texans. So that's 24-6. Like, turnovers kept the Texans in the game. Like, they really did. I heard a lot of people in the chat say, oh, if the Texans were healthy, it's a blowout with the Texans victory. Not really. Like, we turned the ball over, man. Like, that's why you guys scored 22 points. We turned the ball over. We gave y'all 16 points off turnovers. Like, we definitely got to clean that up. And like I said, Jordan Love still 220 yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean, he picks himself back up at least, and that's what I like. He'll go out and do a turnover, but he stays in there, man. He stays in there and competes, and I think that's why we got the win. Romeo Doubs, 8 catches, 94 yards. Give that boy the rock, man. Dontavian Wicks with the touchdown, Tucker Kraft with the touchdown, Josh Jacobs with the receiving touchdown, his first of his career. Very good. So yeah, very Texans D did have our number at times, but when it mattered most, the offense came through. So gotta give flowers to the whole offense. I think our offense gave up 3 sacks. Props to the Texans. They got after Love today, but not enough. And the score proves that. Also want to give flowers to Brandon McManus. We've struggled with our kicking all year long. We're bringing McManus and hits a game winner. Man, like as a Packers fan, you gotta love that. Daniel Whelan, I gotta give our punter kickers. He averaged 56.8 yards each punt. That is massive because there was times where you thought the Texans were going to get good field position, and Whelan just had a good punt. He had a wonderful punt. So props to Whelan. Also props, going back to our defense, we forced the Texans to punt the ball 6 times, I think. That's very good for our defense. Their punter was always out there punting, but so was ours. Ours punted 5 times, so Texans defense played very well too. And we have to give props to the Packers because we still won the game when we turned the ball over 3 times. And it takes a lot of fight. Now, I want to say I know Quay Walker went down during the game. I'm not if anyone in the chat knows about their Quay Walker's injury update, I'll go ahead and write it in the comments. We have another guest. I'll bring you up. Just give me a little second. Let me just touch on the special teams real fast. So special teams wise, I think on that turnover on special teams, Nixon kind of has to fair catch that. He can't just let it drop because Valentine, at first I was like, Valentine, what are you doing? But after watching the replay, yeah, I mean, he hadn't, it wasn't his fault. Like, I think Nixon had to fair catch that. On the following punt return, Reed catches it in the end zone when it was going to be a touchback. I'm like, guys, we can't be doing that. Like, these special teams mistakes kind of got to go. Sorry, I got the hiccups. Special teams is still a little bit of a question mark. We definitely got to clean that up. But at the end of the day, we get a win. Clean up the turnovers, clean up the special teams, and we are going to be a very hard team to beat. But looks like we got another guest, so let's go ahead and bring them up. Not sure if they're still on the live. What's up, man? Corey?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Yeah, what's up, man? What you want to say?
I was just going to say today, we had a good win today. Very impressed today by our defense.
Yeah.
But I think our special teams, like you said, you touched on it, our special teams, man, the mistakes are just going to get us beat and giving up field position at times where we get the 3 and outs and we hold them and we just still make those critical mistakes.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't have nothing much to touch on other than the Myles Garrett rumor. I know people have been talking about that for the Packers lately. I just want to know what your thoughts on that is.
Well, honestly, at first I thought it was just a rumor. Now, it still is a rumor, but I don't know if you saw Deshaun Watson went out. Supposedly he's supposed to have like a torn Achilles. So if Deshaun Watson is out, there's really nothing in Cleveland. Like it's going to be 100%. It's going to be a 100% rebuild. So Myles Garrett might be going out if Deshaun Watson ain't coming back. I mean, why would he want to be there? So I think it's possible. I do think it's possible. Now, my question is, though, as attractive as it is to get Myles Garrett, what do we have to give up in return? Like, I would be okay with giving up draft picks, but to be honest, I don't know if I'll be willing to give up players. So it's just a matter of, like, what do they want in return? And Gutekunst, is he's good at making deals to the point where he's not gonna he's not gonna make a deal that doesn't make sense,
Right.
Yeah.
I've been seeing people talking about trades for Preston Smith, Eric Stokes, even Rashawn Gary, and I was like, man, even though it would be nice to have Garrett, but giving up key pieces like that, Preston and Gary, but the volume for Gary, it has dropped because they're sending a lot of attention his way. I understand that, but I think we're good, man.
Yeah.
To be honest, this year.
Yeah.
I think we're good.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't think we really need to give up anyone on the defense for Myles Garrett. I think I think this is one of those trades where like if it goes through, great, but if it doesn't, I mean, hey, it's okay. You know, we just couldn't come to a good business deal, which is fine with me. I like what we have right now too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to say, for the last time I want to say, doesn't it seem like every week Jordan Love has to get an interception out of his system?
Yeah. You know, that's my only big concern with Jordan Love. I'm a big Jordan Love fan. I think last year, halfway through the season, when everyone was giving up on him, I said, just watch. He's going to turn it around. Sure enough, he did.
Yeah.
And like, I'll say this about Love. In the second half of the season last year, he didn't turn the ball over at all. Like, I mean, I think he had like, I think he had like 2 picks the second half of the season or something like that. But like, he protected the ball, right? And then he goes into the offseason. He goes into the offseason, and then he comes against the Eagles, and I personally think he had a good game against the Eagles. And then he gets hurt, and then he sees Malik Willis go off. And I think when he came back against Minnesota, he's like, okay, Malik is going off. I just signed this contract. I got to prove myself. So I feel like since he came back, he's trying to do too much. Me personally, I think Jordan Love, no one needs to know if you can play. Everyone knows you can. Like, just take.
Everybody knows.
Yeah. I was like, just take what the defense gives you, because the opportunities will come. Like, for example, last week against the Cardinals, that play action and then a 44-yard touchdown to Watson.
Yes.
Like those opportunities will come, right? And when they're there, hit it. But when it's not there, like don't rush it, man. Because this year we got a very good defense. You don't need to force anything. Like, you can punt the ball and we'll still be fine, right? Like, we can agree.
Yes.
We can agree on that, and that's why I said if he just cuts out the interceptions, right, we are going to be very hard to beat. And I was talking. Normally, I have a guy on here with me, and we do a Packers recap win. But one of the things I said is, like, you know, the only thing that concerns me is he's a little bit more like Favre than Rodgers. I think Rodgers protected the ball.
Yeah.
I think Favre was like crazy with the ball. And I think it could get him it can get him in trouble, right? Like, you can argue that the defense doesn't ball out today, we probably lose. So,
but CJ Stroud only had 80-something yards.
Yeah.
But the run game that they had was very dominant.
Yeah. And I know the run defense in Green Bay has been kind of like talked about, but I have to look at the stats. But I know before this game, we were ranked 8th in run defense.
Yeah.
We were ranked 8th in run defense as far as yards per carry. So I think that stat goes overlooked. That actually shows that we are getting better against the run. And if you ask me, Love's interceptions concern me more than our run defense right now. Oh, you're cutting out. You don't got that much signal. You there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. But yeah, that's all I had to say. I don't want to take any more time, but I just want to say we got a good win today. On to Jacksonville next week. Should get that win, 6-2. Hopefully.
Yeah.
The Jags have been balling on offense, so we can't take them for granted.
Yeah, just before you head out.
That's all I had to say, man.
Yeah, just before you head out, the Jags actually ran the ball very good today in London. I don't know if you saw, but I did. Yeah, they ran the ball pretty good, so we're gonna have to stop that. But like I said, if Stroud only put up 86 yards this week, I think we'll do good against Trevor Lawrence next week.
Yeah. All right, man. Appreciate you for having me.
Yeah, man. Come up whenever you want, bro. Thanks for coming.
Yes, sir.
All right. Looks like we got one more guest. Let's bring him up. And then I'll get into the comments. Hey, Aaron. What's up, man?
Hello. How are you?
Pretty good. Hey, just give me a quick second, Aaron. I'm going to try to address some of these comments, and then I'll let you go.
Not a problem.
All right, so let's address some of these comments real fast. I'm not going to go back up to who won the Packers and Vikings game. Lions beat the Vikings and Packers beat the Texans. Mario, thank you for the follow. Truly appreciate it, Mario. Thank you so much. Aaron, thank you for following, man. Appreciate you. We gave Texans most their points. Yes, for sure. 100%. I agree with that. Let's go, Pack, baby. Yeah, we got that win. I'm more concerned with the opposite. We can reel love back in to not be as aggressive. The run D was very questionable. That needs fixed. I'm okay with the run D for now, but I mean, yeah, it could be better. All right, so let's go ahead and give Aaron the mic. All right, what's up, Aaron?
Hi. Cool to see another Packer fan out here talking about the game. I thought I'd jump in and say hello and introduce myself. And so I'm just a quick short thing about me is that Packer fan all my life, been around it, family from Wisconsin, went to school up in Wisconsin. So huge Packer fan. And owner, so but yeah. So, but no, today, talking about the game today, I think overall, it was just a really good battle overall. The first interception by Love, I'm not really putting that on him. You know, it was a deflected ball, and that sometimes that just happens when you're playing a good defense, right? So I think overall, you could say there's some concern with picks, but I mean, I think Love is a happy medium between Favre and Rodgers, and he's been doing great overall. And I think, there is the concern said about the run defense. The thing about Hafley's defense, somebody who used to play football myself, the thing about Hafley's defense is all about being smart and being being aware. And basically, the beautiful part about all of it is that he has brought a defensive game that I have wanted to see the Packers do for a while now. And now they finally get this opportunity, and I just think they're making the most of it. They're going to learn, and sometimes you're going to get burned because that's what's going to happen. An aggressive defense, you will get burned at times. But I think overall, the big takeaways to kind of wrap up, my takeaway is just the fact of, I think overall the offense looked fairly well. You had your points, but you're playing a great team. 2, I think our defense overall, could have played better. But again, you're playing a tough opponent. I think the run defense, you can learn from this. But I think overall, we were aggressive. We knew that Mixon is not someone to take lightly. And so, when you're playing a good back, sometimes that's going to happen. So I think overall, some things to learn from, but I think the overall take is, hey, we can beat a top team in this league with this team. And now let's see where it can take us.
Yeah. Before I respond to that, I just want to send a shout out to Greg Voice. Thank you, man, for the follow. Appreciate that, Greg. All right. So, I think it was a very good team win. Now, I agree with you that this is the very first year in a while where we have had a stud defense, right? If you look back at 2010 when we won the Super Bowl, we were ranked number 2 in defensively, and ranked number 1 was the Pittsburgh Steelers, who were playing in the Super Bowl. So I've always said, when Joe Barry was our defensive coordinator, I always said we will not get to the Super Bowl with Joe Barry. Like, there's no way, man. Like, we need a better defense in order to get to the Super Bowl. And if you look with Joe Barry as our defensive coordinator, we got close, right? We would get close. So I would always tell myself, I was like, imagine if we had a great defensive coordinator. Like, just imagine, like, man, we would be deadly. And then in comes Jeff Hafley. And look, we were -3 in the turnover ratio today, and we still beat a very good team. That just tells you how good Jeff Hafley is doing, man. He is doing very good things with his defense and very quick. Like, they're getting better every week. And like that, I think you got to give your flowers to Jeff Hafley, because a lot of people will say, well, maybe this defense won't start clicking until Thanksgiving. Well, no, they're already clicking. And if you think about it, we had a special teams turnover today and then an interception the first drive. The Texans started 2 of their possessions at the Packers 11, and they came away with a field goal and a touchdown. So if you take away those 10 points, the Texans only scored 12 points. And I think you got to be very happy with that. You got to be very happy with that. And that's my only concern with Jordan Love's picks. Is he going to throw picks? Sure. But it can't be in the red zone. Like, you can't give the defense that, like, hey, okay, come save me. No. Like, if you're going to throw a pick, make sure, like, it's on the other side of the field. And I know that's easier said than done. We can't really control that, right? But I'm saying, like, I don't know if you watched the Rams game, but he threw a pick six, a 3-yard pick six, right? I don't know if you saw that game.
Yep.
So, I mean, like, little stuff like that. Like,
play.
Go ahead.
On that play, just a quick chime in is just the fact of he had a safety valve. Because what happened on that play, this is just me being a former player, there was coverage down the field. And it just went, he had one coming across the field, but it was only for a split second. He went to his safety valve, which was on the back side, which was, I believe, Jacobs, if I remember correctly. But he wasn't in the right position and wasn't looking for it. And so it's like, yes, on the one hand, it was a costly pick, and it was a pick six, but also it's the fact of he didn't just throw it to get it away. He was throwing it, under pressure to somebody he was, that was designed.
Yeah. Just let me touch on this comment real fast. So, Weecon Prods, can I join? Yeah, I'll let you join. Just let me have Aaron say what he has to say, and then I'll bring you up. There was another comment I saw, or actually, no. Oh, Stephanie, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that, Stephanie. Thank you so much. But yeah, I just think Love needs to because I heard a commentator say against the Arizona game, one of the commentators said that LaFleur actually teaches Love to take what the defense gives them. And those big play opportunities, they will just naturally fall into place, right? Like, he doesn't really need to force it. So if LaFleur is teaching them that, I mean, sometimes you see some of these throws and you're like, Love is trying to do too much. I think, like, what Love needs to realize is, hey, this year you have a very good defense. Guess what? It's okay to punt the ball every now and then. Like, you don't really have to force anything, right? Like, on a third down, like, let's say 3rd and 5, something's very tight. Instead of making that throw the ball away, punt the ball. I'm okay with that, right? Like, especially early in the game, if it's a tie game, if you're winning, like, there's really no excuse to be forcing stuff. And I think, like, if he just – but I will say this about Love, too. Every time he makes a mistake, he picks himself back up, right? I mean, he had 2 picks today, but he also had 3 touchdowns. And, at the end, I don't know. No, it's not his first game-winning drive. But this one has to feel good for Love, like the way he ended this game. And then also, as a Packers fan, Brandon McManus, if he just starts clicking too, hey, like we're going to be very hard to beat. But, I mean, like I said, Love does have 8 picks, and he has missed 2 games already. So, like I said, just protect the ball more. Rely on Jacobs. We also got a good running back, right? Like, hand the ball off. Like, I mean, we're a very good team. And like I said, if Love doesn't turn the ball over, I don't see anyone beating us, to be honest.
Oh, no, I completely agree. I mean, my last couple points, then I'll because I know you got somebody else wanting to come up.
Yeah, for sure.
To those points is that, yes, no, I completely agree. Love does need to think about it more. But I will say, generally, the times that those picks have happened, either it was just a bad tip or something or whatever, or it was, sometimes mistakes are going to happen. And, yeah, but he learns from it. So,
no, you're good. You're good.
But yeah, so he learns from it, like you said. I forgot my last point, but I think overall, like we're saying, I think, yeah, there's some takeaways and some improvements. I remember my last thing. It's just the fact that now, hey, we had a rough, skid with trying to get 2 young kickers, that one of them looked better than the other and, I mean, had some promise, but, it just didn't pan out. But now having a reliable kicker who, can easily kick 60-yard field goals, I mean, that's huge. And that's huge to the game for us. And I think now having that, it's going to change the game entirely. And I can't wait to see what we're going to do. And I think now coming up on we're getting close to the cusp of the division part of our schedule. I'm looking forward to seeing what we're going to do. But no, thank you, David, for your time. And hey, great to see another Packers fan on here, and hope to interact more in the future.
Yeah, for sure, man. Hey, you ever see me on here? You want to request? You got something to say? Just come on up, man. I'm all for it.
All right, much appreciated. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Aaron. All right, so Weekon, I'm gonna bring you up, but I'm gonna address some comments real fast, and then I'll let you say what you gotta say. Let's see. I'm gonna address some comments now, guys. I'll try. I'm not gonna go up all the way, but Love is the next Cutler. I don't think so. I think Cutler was pretty bad. Jordan Love is Aaron Rodgers with the mentality of Favre. Yeah, kind of. I can't disagree with that statement. The NFC North is tough, for sure, 100%. We gonna all make playoffs at 10-7. Yeah, I don't know. 10-7. I guess you can get in the playoffs like that. Weekon is not letting you connect, so go ahead and request to come up again. We do Josiah. I'm gonna bring you up, Josiah, but let me finish with these comments real fast. Just give me a second, Josiah. All right. It's amazing to watch at J Love needs to stop throwing picks, but a win is a win. I can agree with that. Wins aren't a quarterback stat. We have to trade for Sutton. I think we need a veteran receiver. Jair Alexander annoys the fuck out of me. Actually, man, I like Jair getting in the face. And the thing I like about Jair, he does just enough not to get flagged. But one of these days he is. I think last week against Arizona, he got flagged. So we got to be very careful with that. But Jair is a competitor, man. He's a competitor. I wouldn't be rocking his jersey if he wasn't a competitor. Let's see. Imagine being a Chicago sports fan. Yeah, that sucks. All right. So let's give Josiah the mic. What's up, man? Yo.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I was just gonna say I'm a Steelers fan, I'm not a Packers fan, but y'all played really good today.
Yeah.
Watched the whole game. Let's see. I'm trying to think what I was gonna say.
Oh, I guess we lost him. All right. I think we had another guest. Oh no, I guess he left too. Yeah, a lot of people not having good connections today. I don't know what's up with that. All right. C. Cook said, imagine paying $55 million for a mid quarterback. I think you're talking about Trevor Lawrence there. Wicks might have to go. Nah, man. Wicks is fine. He's just like number 5 receiver, no number 4 receiver. Wicks is fine. Okay, let's see. I think we had another. Yeah, we have another one. Low key got lucky with Texans with so many starters out. Honestly, the Texans didn't do anything. I mean, the 24-22, don't let that fool you. It should have been 24-12. All right, we just bring on Brendan. Okay, I guess we have a lot of guests offline. So that's pretty much all I wanted to touch on. Like I said, I think if you're a Texans fan, it's a good loss. I would say it's a good loss. And if I was a Texans fan, the only thing you should be upset about is C.J. Stroud. 10 for 21, 86 yards. Aside from that, the rest of the team played okay, if you ask me. Thoughts on Lions? Yeah, I've touched on them a little bit. I think they're a very good team. All I got to say is see you in the playoffs. Not sure who you root for, but yeah, see you in the playoffs. Barely beat us when we had 5 missing starters. Actually, you only scored 22 points because we had a special teams turnover that gave y'all like 1st and goal, and then the interception gave y'all 1st and goal. Aside from that, you guys didn't have any offense today. So 24-12 should have been the real score without turnovers, but hey, we still found a way to win. Can't give the Texans 16 points on turnovers. Exactly. 16 points on turnovers. Without any turnovers, they don't have 16 points. So that's what, 24-6. Yeah, I'm not a big believer in, it's a different game if their starters are in. Nah. The Texans had a good game plan. That's what kept them in too. They had a very good game plan. I think defensively they played the Packers very well. I think they're the best defense against that has been thrown at Love all year long. Think just some things went our way. Also with our penalties too on that last drive, that 3rd and 5. On that 3rd and 5, if we don't go off sides, you guys got to punt the ball. So I mean, yeah, there was a lot of mistakes that the Packers made too. I don't want to hear none of this. Oh, we had 5 starters out. Nah, it's a lot deeper than that, guys. That jet sweep plays, Texans were locking that up. Yes, 100%. I give them props on that. They was locking that up all day long. All day long. I don't even think we went off for one. Like, they locked that up all game long. Props to the Texans on that for sure. What's up, Bennett? Dang, I don't know if it's my signal or y'all's, but y'all keep dropping. Okay, game of the year. Ooh. I don't know. That Chiefs-Ravens in week 1, that was a pretty good game too. But yes, this was definitely the most passionate I was during the game in all of our games this year. Like, I was very involved in the game. Do you think Green Bay is going to the playoffs? 100%. Yes. 100%. I do. If so, how far in the playoffs? I think they have the potential to go to the Super Bowl, if I'm being honest. I mean, that might sound a little biased too, which there might be some, it might be true, but the reason why I say that is because I have always said that we need a good defensive coordinator to get to the Super Bowl. I never believed in Joe Barry. And now that we got rid of Joe Barry and we brought in Jeff Hafley and the defense is just clicking, yeah, I think we're very scary. Super Bowl for sure, yeah. Greg Jed said maybe I think they should just move him down the depth chart for a bit. Not really sure what you guys are talking about. Oh, I think you're talking about Wicks. I might have been talking about Wicks. Okay. I think Detroit or Green Bay has a good chance to go to the Super Bowl. Like I said, I think Detroit is a good team. I just don't trust their coach in the playoffs. Like, he's too much of a gambler. Like, I'll be honest, the Detroit Lions should have been in the Super Bowl last year. I think the reason why they lost was because of Dan Campbell, if I'm being 100% honest. He had no business going for it on 4th down on some of those drives. Just keep the field goal, dude. You win the game. So, yeah, Dan Campbell is a very good coach, though. I'm not saying he's not a good coach. Dan Campbell is a good coach. It's just that I don't trust him to make the right call at certain times. Agree about the coach, but they are super talented. 100%, man. 100%. But I've always said I do think the Packers line match up good against the Lions. I do. Like, I think we match up very good. But Jared Goff is a very underrated quarterback. Like, not too many people give him his flowers. Like, Jared Goff can lead the Lions very far. We got another guest. See if he has something to say. W Pack, yeah, for sure. Can the Packers not stress me out week in, week out? Hey, you should be happy now. We won. But what's up, Michael or Rico? Oh, okay, I guess no one wants to hang out. Can the Packers not stress? Yeah, okay, we already read that. But yeah, guys. So I'll continue to bring up guests as far as the game. Let me just write. Yeah, I think I hit on all the star points. Yeah, I already hit on all the star points. So I'll keep addressing comments for a little bit. I'm at 48 minutes right now. I'll probably go for an hour. So I'll address comments. I'll bring up guests. But as far as the game, it's pretty much all I got. Let's see what else we got in here. I'll join in a minute. All right, Miko, I'll give you a little bit of time. Yeah, what about all the Packers fans in here? How do you feel about the team this year? Good game. Yeah, thank you, Pablo. It was a good game for sure. It was a great game, actually, man. That second half was a dog fight. That second half. Like, I think Packers had 10 points in the second half. Texans only had 3. It was a very good defensive performance in the second half. I like them all around. Glad they finally got a kicker. Yeah. Very happy. And it's good to, as a Packers fan, it's good to see him hit the game winner. Like, I feel like as a Packers fan, we needed that, right? And props to Gutekunst on bringing in a new kicker at the right time. I think if it was Narvison out there, don't get me wrong, I like the kid. I was cheering him on, but it got to the point where I couldn't defend him anymore. He was missing way too many kicks. But they bring in Brandon McManus, and yeah, man, he's a hero in his first game, and so that has to be a very good confidence booster. Even as a Packers fan, big confidence booster. Hey, okay, now we got a kicker. All right, now we're even more dangerous. Like, let's see where this can go, right? So yeah, what do you think about how Jordan Love played? Jordan Love had his moments where he looked good, and he had his moments where he looked bad. But every time he looked bad, he always bounced back, and that's what I'll say about Love. They are number 2 in the NFL for the run game in terms of yards per game. Are you talking about offensively or defensively? Gotta guess. What's up, man?
Yo.
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up?
Nothing.
What do you want to talk about?
I don't know.
Oh, who's your team?
The Jags.
Oh, we got y'all next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lose.
Let's say what?
What's in a lose?
Y'all should. I mean, it's the NFL, though. Anything can happen, but yeah, y'all should lose. Let me ask you a question. Now that you're up here, what do you like Trevor Lawrence?
I mean, kind of. He's not that good though.
Who's y'all's backup in Jacksonville?
I think Mac Jones.
Oh, okay. Well, at least y'all have a backup that can potentially be a starter. That's a good thing. Yeah, it's just I don't know if I trust Trevor Lawrence. Like that contract y'all gave him. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know Love's contract gets criticized at times too, but man, Trevor Lawrence contract, I don't know if I believe in that. But yeah, that's why I was asking you, what do you think about him? Because I'm not big on Trevor Lawrence. But if he comes up next week and hands it to the Packers, then I might change my mind. But I definitely don't see that happening.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, but y'all did good in London today. Y'all ran the ball good. Y'all ran very good. Who was that guy running? Bigsby or something like that?
Yeah, I think Bixby.
Yeah, he did pretty good. He was very physical today too. Like I was like, damn, like okay. But I don't know how happy you are about the win because I mean I know it was the Patriots, but I mean it has to feel good to get your second win of the season at least.
We had close games though, so
Yeah. But yeah, for sure, man. Jags Packs next week. Definitely be watching that. Definitely be going live after the game too. So if you ever want to come back up here after the game, and I'll be up here.
all right.
But all right, man. Thanks for coming up, bro.
Bye.
All right. So Jags are better with Ingram back. What do y'all think about the Saints? Be nice. They got spanked by Denver, right? I'm not a big believer in the Saints. I think in the NFC South, I think the Bucks and the Falcons have a better chance than the Saints. I think the Saints might miss the playoffs this year, to be honest. That's my thoughts on them. Hi from Indianapolis. Indy won today. I think they won. Let's see. Hart, are you a college fan? Not really, man. Not really. When it comes to football, not really. Actually in no sport am I a college fan, to be honest. I'm 100% NFL for sure. How do you feel about the Eagles win over the Giants? I have always said that I think the Eagles are talented, and they came in today and spanked the Giants. I think Eagles fans really needed that because I know the Eagles fans were not getting along with Sirianni. I'll be honest. I think y'all need to slow down. I think Sirianni, I think, y'all should hold on to him. At least for this year, y'all should hold on to him. I don't see why y'all should be giving up on him right now. The Eagles are very talented. They're very talented. I mean, we'll see how that ends up, though. But I do like them. Why aren't you a Colts fan? Because I'm a Packers fan. Giants are trash. They actually look better this year than I thought they would look. Go Pack Go for sure. You think we can win? Wait, I don't know sorry, bro. I know what you mean, but we do have another guest. We got Maxwell coming in. All right, this is gonna be the last guest of the day if he comes up. What's up, Maxwell? Hello. I can hear you, bro, but you weren't talking. So let's see. All right, we're gonna bring up Travis as the last guest, and then I'm gonna head out. Got some other things I gotta do, guys. But let's bring up Travis.
Hey, big boy.
What's up,
going on,
Travis?
dude?
Yeah, what's up, big guy?
I'm gonna have a heart attack one of these days. Both the Vikings game and the Packers game was way too fucking close again.
Hey, man. That's why we love football, right?
David, if you say that one more time, you're paying for my health insurance next time.
My health insurance. Nah, man.
Okay, who do we play next week?
We got the Jags.
Oh, if we lose to the Jags,
Yeah, honestly, it's one of those games that it just scares you a little bit because, like, it's the NFL and anything can happen. But honestly, the way our defense is playing, and they've been playing good all year long to the point where I don't see that defense slipping against the Jags. I really don't.
by the way, we're talking about getting Miles Garrett, by the way.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier in the live, and I said now that Deshaun Watson went down for the Browns today, so that's going to be
I saw the injury. Like,
yeah.
I was at my mom's. I thought I was going to throw up.
That's a 100% rebuild now. So Myles Garrett is going to want out of Cleveland. So yeah, I wouldn't. That would be awesome though if he came to Green Bay. Like, oof, that's scary.
And the Vikings are still going to be scary.
Yeah, I actually had the Lions winning the game though.
So did I.
Yeah. And I think the Lions even went down 10-0, right? Or was it the Vikings that went down 10-0?
They were down. Did the Packers finally figure out our kicking problems?
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, I like I said, I think this was a very good game for McManus to have a debut. Like, he's the hero, bro. He's the hero, and it's just gonna give him more confidence. It's gonna give Packers fans confidence. It should give that coaching staff confidence. Yeah, I like the way we played today, man. At times, there are some times where I was like, dude, what are we doing? But for the most part,
I have a question for you, because I was asking the Vikings. Who do you think is your biggest loser of the game?
What do you mean? On the Packers game?
Yeah.
Who was the biggest loser?
Yeah, who's the biggest needs help?
Are you talking about on the Packers side or the whole game?
On the Packers side.
Let me see. That's kind of a good question. I think I wouldn't necessarily throw it on one person. I just think, like, I would say the biggest loser is our punt returning, man. Our punt returning, like, you saw Nixon, instead of calling a fair catch, he just lets it drop right in front of Valentine, and then Reed catches a punt in the end zone and gets tripped up at the 4-yard line. Like, dude, let that go as a touchback. Like, I think little stuff like that, man, needs to be cleaned up. I wouldn't really call anyone a loser this game. I think everyone played okay. I mean, Love might have had a little bit more turnovers than I would have liked, but the special teams also had a turnover too. It's just that punt return. Like, I think, like, with the Packers, they mix it up, right? They put Reed and then they put Nixon back there. And if you ask me, you should only have one person out there. If you're throwing two, like, it kind of shows me you don't really know who to go with. Like, I think they need to, like, just choose one person and rock with that person. I think it should be Keyshawn Nixon, in my personal opinion. But I don't like Reed back there, because if he
I wanted to play Nixon.
Hey, you're echoing. Hey, you're echoing, so I'm gonna take you off, man. But yeah, I'm not gonna have any more guests, guys. I'll probably come back on with Andrew on Tuesday or Wednesday night to discuss the recap of the whole week, and then we do game picks like on Saturdays for the week coming up and Sunday, and then we do Packer recaps at the end of every Packers game. So we kind of try to go live 3 times a week. But thank you for everyone for joining. CJ 86 passing yards, yeah, for sure. Got to give props to the defense for that. Luis Garza, thank you for the follow. Truly appreciate that. Thank you so much. Packers won't make the playoffs. Houston will be in the Super Bowl. That's a hot take that I won't even give my energy to because you just sound mad. But all right, guys. So that's the end of this live. Went for an hour. Definitely going to cut it short. But thank you for everyone tuning into the live on YouTube, on TikTok, and on to the next. Go Pack Go.